Hey guys, it's Captain Hydrus here, and in this episode we're going to be covering the 2 stages after Growth Power to finish up Thing 2, and then we'll be getting through the left side, which in my opinion is a lot of the easier stages in the route comparatively to right side. There's only one kind of annoying stage, and that's towards the end, and I'll try to show some consistent strats for that. Sorry, notifications are off. So yeah, after you come back in here, just go up, around, and now we're going to be getting into J04. J04 has, I've seen a lot of misconceptions with this stage about where you're supposed to go, but hopefully with these strats, it can become a bit easier. So choose the Tenta-Brella, into the ground, jump to the turnstile, and mash A. And pretty much there's going to be a bunch of enemies that spawn in this giant, almost SMG-like stage. But pretty much you want to be going to the back first. So in here so you can jump out of it. You want to aim under that crate to get rid of both of those guys. You don't need the armor or the ink tank. You should be fine coming up here. And then this part is pretty key. You want to shoot under the crates of each of the enemies so they fall. And it'll reduce the amount of ink they have to use because the Tenta-Brella is a heavy weapon. It does consume a fair amount of ink, so you want to conserve as many shots as you can. If you have to wait a bit, if you keep missing, do so, because it's going to make the final 2 Octo Commander guys a lot easier. Don't stand on the light brown crates here. If they shoot underneath you, you'll fall. So try to stand the crates with a ton of health on them, like so. This just takes practice. If you're armor broken, it's fine. You might die if you don't know the setup here, but as long as you learn the sub, even if you get your armor broken, you'll get this every time. So pretty much what you want to do is when the spawn bubble of the first Octo Commander in front of you, once it turns about the size of a nickel, start shooting. The fall off of the first shot will hit him as he's spawning in, and then turn around. Like that. Turn around. Boom. And if you do that correctly, as long as you learn the timing, you don't even need an armor or an extra ink tank there. But yeah, same thing. If you run out of ink, try to get all those enemies in the front. Just wait a tiny bit for your ink tank to recover. And you should be fine, because you do need 4 shots, at least 4 to 5, for those 2 Octo Commander guys. That can be kind of annoying. Now we're going to be getting into the first kind of dually stage in the run, if you're using Tone's route. The stage is pretty simple. You basically have a gun called the Dually Squelchers, and it's a larger subclass of the dually weapons, of the dually weapon class. And there's a mechanic called dodge rolling. Basically, if you hold ZR, the shoot button, and then hold forward any direction and press B, you can dodge roll. And this is useful in a lot of ways. It speeds up the auto-scroller sections of the ink rail, and it lets you go a bit faster. And the timing is pretty easy. You don't really use dodge rolls too much in the run, mostly just for getting to turnstiles really fast, and for dodge rolling on an ink roll to speed up the auto-scroller process. So once you select the Dually Squelchers, just go to the turnstile. Then we're going to be starting a pretty simple stage. Jump out from your dodge roll into the ink rail. Hit that switch a couple of times. You don't need to hit it more than 2 to 3 times. And then you can just kind of make your way through that ink rail. You don't have to dodge roll. Dodge roll only saves, 4 to 5 seconds, I would say, in this stage. So it's not a lot. You can just play it safe if you want, if you don't feel too comfortable with dodge rolling. But once you become more comfortable, you'll start to, get more comfortable with it as you get better. Again, hit that a couple times, wait, and then you can basically go down the middle here. A little bit of a cheese strat. You just don't have to hit any more switches. One tip I can give for dodge rolling is make sure your camera is aligned to where you're dodge rolling. Don't flick your camera right and start dodge rolling. You're going to dodge roll off the edge, and that's going to be kind of annoying. So Alright, so there is a skip for this section, but it's really only faster if you get it first or second try. It saves an okay amount of time, like 10 seconds, so I'll give a brief example of how to do it after I show the intended route. Alright, so basically with this, you don't want to hit a switch until you reach the second level, and you want to hit the second switch, and you want the green pillars to be as parallel as possible. I'll try to demonstrate. You can dodge roll here if you want, but I'm just not really going to do anything for the sake of simplicity. Don't have to hit this, but you mainly do want to hit this. You want it to be as far left as you can, so when you come up on the third level, you don't have to delay your jump or anything like that if it's too far in front of you, because you might get hit. Hit this about until it's about parallel. And you want the right side of the pillar here to be straight. So that would be okay. So if this happens, just delay your jump a tiny bit and do that. If you hit that switch a little bit more right before you start going away from it for the final time, the green pillar would be parallel. With enough, individualized practice, you should see a lot better results than that. But if that does happen, that is the backup stress. Make sure to delay your jump for as long as possible. And there you go. That's the intended strat. Or the intended route, as I should say. So the skip is actually pretty easy with the visual cue, but it does take some practice. Pretty much right before you start falling on the hill, so the crest of the hill there, you want to hold the B button, and then start holding a direction, holding up right forward. Try to demonstrate it. So that was a little bit too early because I was clearly really below it when I attempted it. But that did work because that was right before I was falling down the hill, so I kept all of my speed. So if you get this, just hit this 2 times, and then 2 more times right there, and there you go. Throw a burst bomb, and then dodge roll into the turnstile. Not the turnstile, the data point. Dodge rolling into the data point is pretty fast, because saves about half a second. You do that a lot in hero mode. Sorry that was a bit of a mess. I haven't done the casual route for that stage in a pretty long time, so I may edit that to make it a bit more fluid. There really isn't any special events after most Thane stages. It's just maybe a bit of a dialogue tree or text you have to mash through. Can't speak today. Yeah, same thing you would normally do. And now we're getting into left side, which is basically a straight line. There's really no divergence or other route that you take. This is another kind of boring or auto-scrolly stage. Knowing the route here is pretty important because if you don't, you'll basically get targeted by every enemy inside the stage itself. It's basically a kind of Rainmaker simulator. But I think it's the Rainmaker from the first game, and it really doesn't matter which weapon you use per se because you're only using it to get to the beginning. But use the splatter shot. Has a bomb, paints the best. It's pretty easy. Yeah, basically when you spawn in, just ink the ground, throw a bomb here, and then shoot to get the Rainmaker. So the Rainmaker is basically a giant grenade launcher, and the only way to quote-unquote die in this stage and to lose a life is to wait the entire duration of the 5 minutes. So the less that you hold the button, the less distance the shot will go. So for really long patches, you want to hold the button. So for this hallway, you want to hold. A guy will spawn here, but it doesn't really matter too much. Once you're down this hallway, hold again until you see the flashing light. You don't have to kill this guy, he won't hurt you. And then don't go too far in this hallway, otherwise the guys from above will see you. And then just dunk in the Rainmaker. Pretty self-explanatory. If you play multiplayer a fair bit, like ranked, you'll kind of understand what to do with the Rainmaker. So, as long as you follow that route and do the full charges at the correct times, you should be fine. Alright, this is the second stage, or the second dodge roll, or dually stage at 90%. It's a lot, I'd say, harder than the one on right side. So, and you know, you don't have to do any of the dodge roll strats, but there is one jump that I definitely think you should learn, because it's pretty easy. Dodge roll on the turnstile. Dodge roll into the ink rail. And here we are. You can dodge roll onto that boost pad if you dodge roll before the start of the second rain, but it's just a minor time save. It isn't really necessary. I'll just try to take this stage kind of in a basic way. I'll try to play in a basic way. Jump to access these ink rails above you. And not do any fancy shenanigans around this gap. Now, there's a very small skip here. You basically jump once the ink rail starts to turn right, and then you dodge roll. If you don't want to do it, just take the normal path, but if you want to do it, just do that. It's pretty easy. And once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. You don't have to kill a single enemy here. You can just take this path, and it'll be fine. Hit the balloon, hit that balloon, ink the wall, take the boost pad. Jump to hit this boost pad on the wall, wait till you're in swim form, and then hit this boost pad. Make sure to hit the balloon before you enter the final ink rail. Cover ink, dodge roll down, throw a bomb, dodge roll into the data point, and then you're done. The fast strats only save, you know, pretty similar amount of time to JO5, so don't be too worried. You can get by on that stage, doing pretty simple strats. Alright, time for Butts Delicious, I think is its name in English. So the main reason I'm going to choose Jet here, because yeah, well, Splat Charger is a lot safer of an option. It takes a lot longer to reach its max range. And if you use Jet here, because there's about 3 stages that you use Jet here at 90%. There's 1 on right side and then 2 on left side. Once you get used to Jet, you'll become a lot better at the game and a lot better at, you know, movement and aim. Well, not necessarily movement, but more so aim, because Jet has a fair amount of fall off, and you need to control the shot variance. You need to learn to control the shot variance from a long range away, so this is another one of those stages where it's kind of globally cycle-based once you enter the stage, so, you know, go right, pick the Jet, and you'll be good to go. Mainly if people don't use Jet is because they don't really know the route, per se, or what crates to hit. But basically, the platform you're going to stand on moves from right to left, so when you immediately jump in after the cutscene, hit all the crates on the right that I'm going to do, and then go to the left. You don't have to jump out and hit those two crates in the back like the top players do. You don't have to do that. You'll be fine. Just try to pay attention. Wait for this a bit. Jump out and throw that bomb, and then you should be good. That bomb shot takes a little bit of practice. You have to make sure you have enough ink. Then jump out a tiny bit and throw that bomb. But that should explode the 5 crates in the back, and then you should be fine. As long as you follow that route, the bomb shot should definitely help, no matter, you know, what kind of cycle you're on. Another kind of weapon selection stage, everyone now is kind of using Splat Charger because it makes two sections of the stage a lot easier, and burst bombs also instantly inflate the zip-up Verlonium to max length. And Junior has a bit more shot RNG, and it has a lot shorter range, so it's a bit harder to control. So you start out here, jump down, throw a couple of burst bombs, and you notice when I'm going through the stage, I'm using burst bombs as much as I can to hit the Verlonium. This ensures that I don't need to charge up with my gun to hit them. I can just press R, and then I'll be fine. If this inflates again, you just hit it. Or goes back again, and you hit it with a burst bomb. Prep a full charge to kill those two guys in a row. A little bit of a collateral shot, and then you can kill that guy with a couple taps. This jump's kind of easy. Just throw a burst bomb and jump across. Not too bad. It's a bit harder with Junior. Be sure to hit this once. Now when it's coming back, hit it again. Throw a couple burst bombs and this stack crates. This is kind of a cool jump. Jump across here. Throw a burst bomb down. Taking that shot while you're falling can be a bit risky, so if you just want to wait before you jump down, it's just as fine. Throw a burst bomb up there to kill that guy. You don't have to kill this guy to get here. Just partial the ground, and then throw a burst bomb, tap shot the data point to finish the stage with style. Alright, and that's Thane, up to Thane 3, I think. Sorry I didn't explain as much what I was doing in the beginning. I feel like if certain strats, you should just, if I don't explain them, I feel like they're easy enough to just watch the video over again and just try to copy the movement. And trust me, when I was making this tutorial, I was trying to think from the perspective of somebody who's just kind of starting the game. You know, how much they would struggle with strats. And I'm only going to be covering strats that save over 10 seconds. Anything less is not really worth it, in my opinion. Okay, so this is kind of weird. So after you get the third thing in 90%, you're going to be asked to create what the boss fight with Agent 3 will look like, so the protagonist from the first game. And it's just a tiny bit of menuing. Nothing too special. So after you mash through CQ80 talking to you, you're going to go to Captain Cuttlefish, and he's going to ask you what you think Agent 3 looks like. So once you get to this first screen, go down, press yes. Select any, color you want, but for speed sakes, we're going to choose the default. And then go down again. Pretty easy measuring. Back to train. So yeah, now there's only about 3 stages left for left side, and basically when you spawn in here, just go top left, down. We're gonna be going into I05. My stream DC'd, but I'm using a local recording, so suck my dick. Okay. So yeah, and again, this is the final stage that you use Jet in, so once you get comfortable with this weapon, it'll become a lot easier. Now, this auto-scroller, I would say, is probably the hardest in the game. But if you use the Jet, and as long as you learn the position of each crate, and practice your aim, you'll almost never fail it. And the quote-unquote fast strats in this stage only save about 2 to 3 seconds, so I would not recommend doing them. That being, like, earlier jumps and kind of jumping earlier when Ink Rail spawns in. Try to do some basic movement. Hit this crate in the beginning. You don't have to get the credits there, I just do it for something for my hands to do. And every time you hit a certain crate, the next ink rail is going to spawn in, so you want to hit them as early as possible. Jump over this guy, hold the B button. So you jump as high as possible. You can hit this guy from about here. hold a direction, so you'd hold right there and then press B to go to the next synchro. Same mechanic, just, you know, go right. If you don't feel comfortable taking that traversal, just jump over that one. There isn't a single auto-scroll, yeah, there isn't a single checkpoint in this entire stage, so if you die, you can lose up to a minute to a minute and a half. Don't jump here. Hold ZR, or hold ZL, until you're fully through the grate. If you release ZL too early, you'll get forced off the rail. So, usually with these cycles, if you shoot those 3 crates early enough, you don't have to jump for the first 2 crates, but you'll have to jump for the last one. If you feel like you're going to get hit, just full jump and you should be fine. So for this, you wouldn't really have to do anything. So I might have gotten hit there, so I wasn't going to risk it. Also, with the game knowledge that I have acquired, with that one, it was pretty far away from me when I jumped, so I probably, you know, shouldn't have jumped, but, you know, better be safe than sorry, right? Be sure to hold the trigger and just, you know, shoot up. It is possible that if you shoot too late, that, you know, you will fall off, and Jet probably makes that the easiest. It's a bit stressful with Bamboo, because you basically have to tap shot a bunch, and it's not fun. Okay, now we're getting into the hardest stage on the left side. This is called Can't Touch This Station. Now we have 2 different weapons. Weapons I'm going to cover for strats. Squiffer and Tenta-Brella. Don't use Roller. It just sucks for killing. Even though it has a curling. The kill range it you know, offers just sucks ass. It's not good. So I'll cover Tenta-Brella first. And the reason I'm covering 2 different weapons here is because I've seen a variety of players use both of these weapons in this stage to varying amounts of success. And mostly it's just positioning. They don't know where to go. And I think Tenta-Brella actually makes 95% of the stage a lot easier. Especially the ending, which can be very tilting, you know. So the gimmick of this stage is that you cannot touch any ink, or any green enemy ink. You do have a tiny bit of leeway when touching enemy ink, but it's pretty small and you don't really want to test it. So the kit that you get with the Tenta-Brella is you basically only have a burst bomb, so you don't have that much of a high mobility to travel across the ground. You basically just have to shoot once, then keep going. But you do have a lot of range, and as long as you're within range of one of the enemies, you will one-shot them. So once you start, looking around once, kill this guy, take this crate, and go past this guy. So this is the first part where you could probably use the shield. So the Tenta-Brella has a mechanic where if you hold ZR, it'll bring up a giant shield. It'll actually launch it. So the Tenta-Brella shield has its own HP value, and it's pretty beefy. So it takes a lot of enemy bullets for it to go down, and it'll kind of evaporate after about 10 or 8 seconds, I think. So you can use this in various parts of the stage, like here. So you can completely block this guy's splatling fire if you want. Just go through the shield there to ink the wall. Make sure to grab the key. And you're through. So no matter what cycle this thing is on, just ink over it a couple times. Make sure to keep moving forward so the 2 enemies on the left and right don't hit you. And kill that guy in front of you. Ink this patch of ink. This is another section where the shield is kind of useful. Basically, you want to shoot once, hold the shield, and then the shield will actually kill all the little robot guys. Don't kill this guy. He'll actually spawn 3 more enemies, and that can make getting the key kind of weird. Sub-Strafe to get the key. If you know what Sub-Strafing is, I highly recommend you look at how to do it. It's pretty easy for picking up items in this game, and it lets you quickly retain your momentum and change direction quickly. I'll try to link a tutorial in the description. Kill this guy. It's gonna ink a little bit behind him. And then basically, for this giant runway, every single time that guy sees you, he's gonna ink the ground with a sniper rifle. Basically want to go here. Go out a little bit. There we go. Go to the right here, ink the wall. Make sure you kill this guy so he doesn't stay alive after the checkpoint. Be sure to kill all the enemies in this section, just so it's easier to ink around. Because the Tenta-Brella is pretty slow, so you don't have to kill this guy. He's just gonna go off the ledge manually if you're too close to him, so you'll be fine. Throw Burst Bomb, ink the wall. And now you're gonna access the final section of the stage. And once you pick up that key, a bunch of enemies are gonna spawn, but don't worry, you won't really have any trouble. You're gonna have a nice patch of ink there to launch the shield. That was a bit too late, but that's fine. Kill this guy. And then use the key in the cage to unlock the enemy. And that is I04 with Tenta-Brella. Not too bad. Now I'm going to try to show that stage with Squiffer, if you're so inclined, because, I don't know. I feel like Tenta-Brella is probably the best weapon for beginners, but some people have complained that it's too slow or unwieldy to handle, so now I'm going to show Squiffer. And stages with cutscenes, you don't want to skip the cutscenes because it's going to make the cycles a bit different. So yeah, when you choose the Squiffer, currently bomb the ground to get to the turnstile. So yeah, right here, if you're practicing, don't skip the cutscene. I think I said that already. So we're curling right at the beginning. Tap shot this guy right here. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3 to ink the spot behind him. Throw a curling on the right. Partial a little bit, so don't hold the charge all the way. When the white circle goes to about 75%, you can go a little bit past here and throw a curling bomb. That takes a bit of practice, because if you ink too far past that wall, the guy will start shooting. But you have a curling bomb, so as long as you're curling immediately, the guy will never hit you. Curling bomb across this wheel. Tap shot this guy. Charge a shot. Ink the ground. Now, here you want to actually utilize a mechanic of the curling called cooking. So basically, when you hold the R button, you can cook the curling to make it do more damage, but it'll go less distance. So you want to go to about this line here. Cook it to about half its size. It's going to get rid of most of these guys. Tap shot any guys that are left. Partial this. Sub-Strafe from the pillar. And that section is done. This one area is pretty similar. Kill this guy. But here we're going to be able to not use the wall. Use the curling. Jump out and partial. You can kill this guy from the bottom if you want. I didn't expect that to happen. I'm going to cut back. But doing it from the bottom can be a bit more risky, because you do run the risk of that guy inking your feet when you exit the hallway. Ink the ground a bit. Kill this guy. Same kind of thing as before. If you get that crate right there, you'll get an ink tank, but you don't really need it, because you'll have enough ink, going inside the ink pools that the enemies that you just killed. So throw a curling bomb. If the ground underneath your feet is getting inked by that little subwoofer, just ink the ground a couple times, like do a partial, and then you should be fine. full charge. Now this section can be really intimidating, but as long as you kill every enemy, past those 2 big boxes right there, you should be fine. This guy can be kind of a dick, because the shots that he has are kind of RNG, but basically you stand back, prep a full charge, and kill all of those enemies, and then you're good to go. Hopefully I made I04 a little bit easier for you. I know the stage can be kind of frustrating. And now we're basically the end of left side now. This is the last kind of auto-scroller in the run besides the final section of the game. You're only allowed to control a cannon. But this stage is pretty much just about learning where every cannon spawns in. It's the same every time. There's no RNG. And you have to do this for about a minute. So it's kind of like Girl Powers to protect this power core. And if you do the strat in AO6 correctly, the 3 lines on the cannon cursor should be a good indicator as to where you need to be shooting or leading your shot. So the little guys can die in 1 shot, but the big guys, you can only kill them from the top. And you have to arc the shot a tiny bit. So just keep shooting until the end. It's gonna ramp up a tiny bit, but don't worry. You have a lot of health to work with, so that was a bit close. I'd say it's one of those stages where, yeah, it's intimidating casually at first, but you'll get used to it over time with enough practice. And that wasn't completely perfect, but got the job done. And that's the end of the Metro. Gonna be acquiring the 4th Fang. So yeah, once it exits the end of the map, go back in and go into the final Fang room to collect the final part of this adventure. So yeah, once you actually finish the game, just mash through what CQ80 tells you, and basically he's gonna want to confirm through 3 dialogue text boxes that you want to enter escape. But we're not going to cover that until the next episode, because escape is kind of a beast in of itself. It can be quite long. And might take a bit. So I will see you guys next time. Let me know what you guys thought about this video in the comment section below, or in my stream and my Discord. I'll link those accordingly. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.